military escort. As the procession reached the village of Emmy Vale, 3 masked men emerged from the crowd and fired a volley of shots. A crowd of several hundred people cheered as the gunmen disappeared. They were to make their getaway in 2 vans. The crowd surged round the vehicles as Irish police and detectives tried to get through. The security forces began to fire shots into the air in an effort to disperse them. A police car was overturned as people grew increasingly hostile. A detective and 2 policemen were caught in the ditch. In the chaos, the vans carrying the gunmen got away and the crowd began to disperse. One detective trapped in the overturned car was freed by colleagues. The incident will embarrass the Irish government, happening on a day in which 2 IRA funerals in Northern Ireland passed without trouble. But in the past, it's scenes like this surrounding funeral processions in the north which have concerned both the church and the police.
Hometown of Monaghan, Guardian troops set up roadblocks, searching every car and checking the identities of people inside. But it wasn't until just 20 minutes before Lynagh's coffin was due to leave his flat in the centre of Monaghan that upwards of 200 Gardaí in riot gear marched into town and tried to take up positions near his home. But it was quickly clear that the Gardaí had left it too late, for dozens of mourners swiftly linked arms to keep the Gardaí away from Lynagh's flat. For a time the situation was tense, with an angry standoff between the Gardaí and mourners who thought the police would push their way through the ranks. But that push never came, not even when Lynagh's coffin, paramilitary trappings and all, emerged from his home. And the Gardaí could only stand and watch as an IRA colour party followed it out several minutes later, marching defiantly to form up alongside the coffin. There were 9 men and 2 women in the colour party, and responding to commands in Irish, they saluted their dead leader. There was no display of guns, however, and within minutes the IRA men and women marched back into Lynagh's home, to the cheers and applause of the several thousand onlookers. As the cortege set off for St Macartan's Cathedral, the Gardaí moved in to shadow the mourners, who again linked arms. At one point, Seamus Shannon, who was extradited to the north and acquitted of the murder of Sir Norman Strong and his son, carried the coffin. Shannon is married to a sister of Lynagh's. The dead man had been wanted in connection with the Strong killings. There was some jostling between mourners and Gardaí en route to the cathedral, where veteran Republican Joe Cahill stood alongside Sinn Féin leaders Gerry Adams and Martin McGuinness. During Requiem Mass, Father Sean Nolan made little reference to the circumstances of Loughgall, a fact attacked later during a graveside oration by Gerry Adams.
Jim Lynagh died of injustice. At Mass this morning, I thought he may have died of pneumonia. Loughgall will become a tombstone for British